Welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Dubston and this is our weekly overview. Thank you for joining me for the week commencing the 31st of May 2021. Well, we're kind of just about in June. So we really are at the end of May and kind of start the week with a little bit of May, but most of it is June. So welcome to the May-June first weekly episode. I trust that you already had a look or listened to the May overview and that you took every ounce of joy and amassing out of the month, that you tapped into the wonderful abundance that carries with tapping into the crowd, tapping into joy and the collective learning and exchange of energy that was waiting for us in the monthly overview. In the next few days, the monthly overview for June will be out and then you can work with that energy as well. So let's have a look at last week. We had this interesting combination of retreat, of withdrawing, of taking time out, of finding abundance because we withdrew, and of tapping into even more abundance. Wonderful. How did that work out for you? What was the abundance that came into your life last week because you retreated from something? It's a curious combination of ideas, how we can leave something and activate abundance as a result. So for this week, our main hexagram is hexagram 29, the abysmal. Okay, you know very well that in April, our monthly overview was 29 abysmal, locked for the whole month. So you have a really personal experience of how this hexagram teaches us about flow coming down the ravine and the risk attached with that flow and our tendency to hold on very tightly to the cliff face when that water is barreling down the ravine, and to not hold on for dear life to the edge of the cliff, but actually to let go, okay, and to go with the flow and to allow the flow to take us, of not being reckless, but also knowing when actually it's time to just give it horns and go for it and let it, trust the process to take you where you need to go to. So that is the hexagram 29. There's often a negative energy around it of this risk of this pit, of falling into the pit. And so we spoke in April about this idea of just seeing it as a heightened flow, of being like water. The way we deal with risk and uncertainty and flow carrying us is we stay true to our principles. We stay true to who we are. Water doesn't try to be anything else other than water. It just flows on and on and on. And that is our job, is to be true to our principles in the midst of this high intensity flow. Okay, so we have one changing line for this week. One is more than enough because it's in position 3. And position 3, if you think of water as a doubling of water, doubling of danger, when we get to line 3, we're at the threshold crossing the bottom trigram into the top trigram. So it becomes like a tricky transition point between this kind of chasm between the two trigrams, moving from one to the other. So it is a point of danger. Line 3 is usually a point of difficult nature of this crossing this bridge. This particular line says, be very careful of what you take on because it might swamp you, it might just be too much. And what we have to do, how we master this moment this week, is we pull back and we wait for a better time. This is a line that is particularly warning us against being reckless, the reckless part of this energy, that we think that there isn't a problem, that we can handle this flow, that we can do it. And actually what we're doing is we are throwing ourselves deep into the bottom of the pit, and it will be very difficult for us to get out of that. So this week, warning, 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 okay? When you think about your week, think about my words. When you face something that is beyond you, which is too much, which is too intense, it's okay to pull back up and reverse back up the cliff and just, I'm going to set this one out. I'm not quite sure I've got what it takes for this moment right now. Maybe this is just too much risk. Okay, so being reckless this week is not in favor. Okay, reckless is never in favor. Trusting the process and going with the flow is always in favor. But this week in particular, warning, take a step back and just be cautious. I'm asking you to be cautious about the decisions you make this week. Okay, so our second hexagram, our second relating flow of change, is also water related. Okay, it's hexagram 48, the well. The well is our underlying community network structure, okay, that holds a tribe together. Think about the well in ancient times. It would be a symbol of the thing that binds a town together, that taps into the underground spring, that gives the village access to inexhaustible supply of resources. And so the well is a wonderful story of building and working with and tapping into the structures that allow us to tap into creative energy, into flow, and into abundance that we can then support our tribe and our community with. I would say that for this week, we are tempted and likely tempted to step into the pit, to step into the risk and be reckless. What that does, it undermines our ability to create the well. So maybe we focus less on jumping into the unknown and focus more on the well that we're trying to build, on the structure that we can use to tap into the water. We don't need to jump off the cliff to get it. We can send a pipe down, send a borehole down, and tap into the well that we are wanting to use, to build, to nourish our tribe. And so focus on the well, focus on only accepting quality water. If the water is not good quality, keep digging, keep making the well better so that you can send that bucket down and you can pull out fresh, clean water. This might literally be the structure of your team, the structure of your social community, your online community, the system, the structure that connects you to the supply. This might be literally your supply chain in a business, but it's really about getting in tune with this inexhaustible supply that is wanting to nourish you, that you need to tap into. You need to build a structure that taps into the thing. You know, everything you need is in the air around us. We need the radio that can tune into the right signal. So this week, we need to worry about that risk, not be reckless, and we need to keep on building and keep on working with tapping into the vast potential, the inexhaustible supply of resources, of ideas, of flow, of connection that is trying to help you. The well is there for you. Tap into it, dig deep, use it, share the wealth, the abundance, the resources that come out that well with others. Right, so enjoy this week. Please like, share, and subscribe. It would be great to have you come back to the channel if you are new. And of course, new episodes get dropped on a Sunday. So if you are subscribed, you'll get those alerts straight away. And I post on the socials on a Monday. So thank you for being here with me. Thank you for our month together for May. We've been on quite a journey together. I look forward to what might June hold. So stay tuned for the June episode, which will come out shortly. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.